Hello there, fellow bookish beings. It's Jessica, and I just wanted to document the start of my Proust reading journey, which starts today. This is the first book in the Search of Lost Time masterpiece, and I am very intimidated, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a masterpiece and it's a translation. But yeah, I am also so excited to start this. I love that this book has a chronology of Proust's life, which would give context as to the book, because I've read that this is sort of almost like an autobiography of his life, although it's fictional. There is also like 5 pages or so of introduction, which I'm not going to read because I don't want any spoilers. So yeah, let's start reading Proust. Hello there, fellow bookish beings. It's Jessica. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. I'm a bookish Filipina now living in Paris, trying to get serious in my love for books. Today I'm taking you along on my very ordinary 9 to 5 reading routine featuring Swan's Way by Marcel Proust. No dramatic plot twists whatsoever, no aesthetic rush, just really showing you how I read on a daily basis with a full-time job. So reading where I can and when I can. Honestly, winter never ceases to amaze me. I feel like it's because I come from a tropical country that winter is just a wonderland for me, no matter how cold it can get. Most mornings, my reading starts in the metro. If I'm lucky, I get to sit and read a few pages with a book. I'm really not rushing with reading The Swan Way because if you have ever encountered this book, you know that this isn't the kind of book you rush. Pardon, excuse-moi. Oui. Toi? But lunch. Lunch is where the real reading happens. To explain the time jump here, from the first day I started this book, I have to explain what reading Proust feels like. Well, it's hypnotic. I'm reading the first volume of his 7-part masterpiece, In Search of Lost Time, and the title feels less like a name and more like what time is going to feel like when you read this book. You really lose track of time because the writing flows so seamlessly. It's hard to know where to stop because it's not a traditional book that comes with chapters. But it's also hard to follow because of all the endless details. It took me 2.5 weeks to get to the second part, which is where we'll see who Swan truly is. I love walking around the neighborhood. It's so calming, especially right after lunch. I just take 10 to 15 minutes maybe of walking just to clear my head as well and breathe and appreciate where I am right now. So to give you a little bit more context about the book, Swan's Way was first published in 1913 and It was actually rejected by multiple publishers at the time before Proust paid to have it published himself. There are 3 sections in the book, and the first section centers on the narrator's childhood in Cambrai, a small town brought to life through the narrator's memory that I assume and I've confirmed is Marcel or Proust himself, because this is also like a biography of some sort of his own life. So basically, the book reflects his or parallels his life in some ways. We see family rituals, long evenings, and the beauty of ordinary days. And this is where we meet Monsieur Swann, which, as I've mentioned, is the focus of the second part of the book. So really, Swann's Way, if you view it from the entire point of view of these 7 volumes, it lays the emotional and philosophical foundation of the entire series. And so the remaining 6 volumes will expand on the themes explored in the first book, which just sounds amazing. But again, I am daunted going into this series. So gloomy and rainy. I kind of pass. In the evening, once I'm home, I read a little more, slower and more deliberate. And honestly, I'm really loving my current routine. I've lived so much of my life in stress and urgency that it took me a while to accept the softer rhythm. And I think that's why this book fits so well into my days right now. It reminds me that time isn't just something that passes. Time is something that we experience, and if we're very lucky, we get to linger in. So I will end the reading vlog here. Thank you so much for accompanying me today in my 9 to 5 reading journey of The Swan Way. I think for today, I finished right around 16 pages. On average, I do end up reading right around that. On good days, up to 25 pages max on good days. And I know it sounds slow, but I'm finding it kind of hard to read Proust with all of the noises everywhere. I think it's definitely a book that requires some concentration. And again, the way that he writes, the way that he articulates everything is amazing. But also as a reader, you really have to pay attention because he describes nuances as something that you would never even think of. If you know what I mean, please let me know in the comments down below if you've read The Swan Way or any other Proust book. I would love to know. And yeah, my rice is already cooked and I'm getting really hungry. So once again, thank you so much for accompanying me today, and I will see you in the next book. Bye.